And Phillip Rivers heading back to the NFL. Our sports director Emily Cochran is standing by with more. Fox 10 News at 10 is starting now.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Good evening, I'm Monique Lagan.
And I'm Cameron Taylor. Thanks for joining us as we tackle the latest news.
First tonight, Florida is 5 days into the black bear hunting season, and there are mounting questions.
172 people won coveted permits through a statewide lottery. But tonight it's still unclear how many bears have been killed.
Our Claudia Nichols has been tracking the bear hunt for months. And Claudia, the rules are different.
They are, Lanice and Cameron. The FWC issued fewer permits this time and created a longer hunting window running through December 28th unless the quota is met early. A past hunter says many see this year's hunt as a conservation measure.
We need to celebrate the fact that we're able to hunt black bears again. It's such a beautiful thing.
Tonight, for the first time in a decade, a black bear hunt is underway in Florida. It comes after months of debate between the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, hunters, and animal activists. The hunt was approved in August and permits were issued through a statewide lottery. The season kicked off Saturday. Christopher Rush, a professional hunting guide, bought a bear tag in Florida during the last hunt in 2015. He shared these photos of the black bear he shot, weighing over 500 pounds.
See, that's the size claw that they have right there. And its tooth, for instance, that's his front canine. You see how big the root is on their tooth? There's no animal like that has a root that big.
Rush says the bear hunt is more than a sport. It's a management tool to control the population.
And this bear hunt isn't just like, hey, it's not like deer season opens up. Let's just, have 2-3 months to go out and enjoy the woods with your family and go hunting. No, bear hunting and bear seasons are meant for management purposes.
Rush says black bears are predators and claims other Florida wildlife species have been declining as bears reproduce, making this hunt critical. But the return of the hunt has also ignited fierce opposition. One animal welfare group, Bear Warriors United, even offered hunters $2,000 to surrender their bear tags and spare a bear's life, while other activists bought bear tags specifically not to use them.
By doing nothing and just thinking the bears are just gonna, it's gonna be unicorns and rainbows for the rest of our lives, it's crazy.
In 2015, the hunt had to be called off within the first 2 days because the quota had already been reached. But this year, the rules are different. Instead of check stations, hunters have 24 hours after a kill to report their harvest to the FWC. Former FWC bear contractor Scott Edwards says he's not surprised as this hunt continues, it's drawing backlash.
The wildlife in Florida is unique. And that's one thing I got to say about the people of Florida. They really are wildlife protectors.
Well, we still don't know how many black bears have been harvested so far. I did reach out to the FWC for an update, but was told I needed to file a public records request to get those numbers. That request is in, and we're waiting to hear back. Cameron, Lanice.
Claudia, thank you. We also have more info about bear hunting and the population on the Gulf Coast. You can find in Claudia's special report on black bears. It's a two-part series called Worlds Colliding, Black Bears Thriving. And you can find it on our website, Fox 10 TV. Well, missing woman or a runaway fugitive. It's been more than a year since friends or family have heard from Lacey Walker. As the Mobile County Sheriff's Office tells us, she's no saint.
She's been in and out of Metro, mostly for drug charges. Family and investigators believe that there could be something more behind her disappearance. When Lacey's mother died a few years ago, Angela Wright did what she could do to look after Lacey, and now she's made it a mission to get to the bottom of her disappearance. Lacey was featured on the Team Sheriff's Facebook page twice.
Investigators said they initially thought she was hiding out because of active warrants for her arrest. Now they say it's concerning she has not checked in with anyone in more than a year.
We knew that she wasn't hiding because she still kept constant contact with her children, and that wasn't happening.
Lacey has a 7- and 9-year-old. They're currently living with their grandmother.
Wright hopes someone will call the sheriff's office to help bring Lacey home.
The detention hearing for a man charged with child pornography has been postponed. The judge also rescinded the trial date, initially said, giving the case a complex designation. That means it won't move as fast as normal federal criminal cases. Prosecutors want to keep Tyler McElwain locked up pending trial. Before making a decision, the judge says she wants the Office of Pretrial Services to inspect his mother's house where McElwain would stay. If the judge grants his release, he'll still be locked up as Mobile County prosecutors are looking to revoke his bond on the latest related state charges.
Testimony starting today in the capital murder trial of a Wilmer man, Jeffrey Blackston, accused of killing Troy Barnhill on Moffett Road in 2021. Police say he confessed. Law enforcement found Barnhill with significant injuries inside his home. Blackston is also charged with sexual battery. Now, initially, prosecutors were seeking the death penalty, but withdrew that last year. They say the defense's claim Blackston is intellectually disabled has merit.
We're still in the 50s, but the wind has turned more out of the northwest now and starting to pick up a little bit. That's going to bring in some colder air overnight tonight, and we will drop into the upper 30s by daybreak. So have those winter jackets ready to go for tomorrow morning. Here's a look at those current conditions. Northwest wind at 6 and 54 degrees. Our current temperature. We had a little band of clouds pushing through the area this evening, but that's just about completely through the area now. And it's going to be a clear night for the remainder of the night with winds picking up out of the northwest. Checking out our Futurecast model, it takes the clouds offshore, which is good news. Tomorrow should be a mainly sunny sky situation. While it may start out a little bit cold, the sunshine should help us out tomorrow. We will warm up into the upper 50s. Not as warm as today, but still a pretty decent weather day ahead for the Gulf Coast. This is what we're going to see overnight. After midnight, the temperatures start dropping pretty rapidly, and they'll plummet down into the lower 40s, even some upper 30s in some spots as we approach daybreak tomorrow morning. If you've been liking the sunshine lately, we have more of that ahead. We also have a lot of changes with our temperatures up and down as each dry air front passes. We'll see how warm it gets by the weekend coming up.
New at 10, Monroe County getting a major economic boost. Governor Ivey announcing that Bad Boy Mowers plans to invest $10.5 million in a new tractor assembly plant in Monroeville. The new plant will be in the former Vanity Fair Distribution Center and will create 50 new jobs. The company plans to build several different models of tractors at that plant and anticipates around 9,000 per year.
Tonight, the Mobile Airport Authority says the new terminal is now $19 million under budget. The Airport Authority chairman says early construction bids last year put the estimated project cost at more than $400 million. After getting new bids for the interior build-out, we're told the pricing came in a lot lower. The new terminal at Mobile Aeroplex at Brookley now on track to cost about $362 million. The Airport Authority says flights should start by November. But one of the biggest stories in sports has ties right here to the Alabama Gulf Coast. Phillip Rivers heading back to the NFL inside one of the Colts practice squad.
Our sports director, Emily Cochran, is here now with the information. Emily, a lot of people were shocked by this news. You were not.
No, Lenise and Cameron, I'm really not surprised by this at all. Phillip Rivers is the head coach at St. Michael Catholic High School in Fairhope. He just led the Cardinals to a historic 13-1 season, all the way to the semifinals. And he's one of the most competitive guys I know, and just a guy who really loves the game. Now, I think one of the coolest things about this is that Coach Rivers ran the same offense as the Colts for St. Michael this season. So he's more than familiar with the scheme, which makes sense why his son Gunnar at quarterback and the rest of that Cardinal offense looked so good this year. They were the #1 team in the state in 4A. Now Coach Rivers, who just celebrated his 44th birthday, hasn't played an NFL game since 2021. But after Daniel Jones went down with a torn Achilles against Jacksonville, and Fairhope's very own Riley Leonard has been battling a knee injury he sustained on Sunday as well, they gave Rivers a call. And now he's in Indy on the practice squad and potentially has a chance to show the world he's still got it.
A game I love to play, a game that I thought I was done playing. Certainly, I wasn't really hanging on any hope of playing again. I'd kind of thought that ship had sailed, but something about it excited me, and it's kind of one of those deals. The door opens, and you can either walk through it and find out if you can do it, or run from it. And I know that there's risk involved, obviously, of what may or may not happen. But the only way to find out is going for it. And I just felt almost like it was a gift, another opportunity to play and cut it loose with your guys in the game you love to play, and the dream that you got to live. You may get some bonus time. So I really kept it as simple as that in my mind, and here I stand.
Now Rivers is a semifinalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. If he plays, the clock will restart and he won't have a chance to be nominated for 5 more years. But the opportunity to play the game that he loves was just too good to pass up. And who knows, maybe we'll get to see Philip Rivers start for the Colts and make a run at the playoffs. But regardless, it's also a great opportunity for Riley Leonard to learn from one of the best. Reporting live in the studio tonight, I'm Emily Cochran, Fox 10 Sports.
Pretty cool. We are cheering for him. Students at West Florida High School hosting a rare in-person Esports championship match. Esports has been growing across the country, including here in Escambia County, where West Florida High School has been competing in different games since the spring of last year because of a $1.5 million grant. The Jaguar Esports team competing against Madeville High School in the Super Smash Bros. For the Play vs. Southeast Central Region Championship. And yeah, it's a video game, but the competition is real.
It's like a varsity sport. I have to make cuts to be able to have enough room for the players that are the best. It's not exactly physically as competitive as other traditional sports, but all the other factors, academics, discipline, attendance, all that still factors in. Camaraderie, communication.
West Florida beat Mayville 3-1 to win.
Drivers will soon have a new way to cross the Tensas River. It's still on track to open in the fall of 2027. Now, the bridge will replace the westbound bridge near Battleship Park. The Tensas River Bridge was built in the 70s, and since then, standards for transportation needs have improved heavily.
The idea there is to connect with Spanish Fort has a long-term project to redevelop the causeway. Their plan is to make it family friendly. So this was designed with that in mind.
Now the foundation for the bridge is done. Crews also finished the dirt foundation for the entrance and exit ramps. The focus will now be framing. When it opens, the new bridge will have a safer, more modern crossing with room for pedestrians and cyclists for the first time.
Ahead tonight at 10, another cut to interest rates by the Federal Reserve. What that means for your wallet in the coming months.
And it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Gulf Shores. A special look at the city's big Christmas celebration.
New information tonight from the White House. President Trump says the U.S. sees an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. The president making the announcement to reporters this afternoon in the newest step by the U.S. to increase pressure on Venezuela's president, who is charged with narco-terrorism in the United States.
We're learning more about the deadly collapse of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge last year. In a final report released by the NTSB, the agency said a misplaced wire label on the cargo ship Dolly caused a power failure, leaving the vessel without steering. Investigators say the crew could not restore propulsion in time, and communication failures prevented workers from evacuating that bridge. 6 highway workers were killed. In Pennsylvania, Altoona police releasing this body camera video from the arrest of Luigi Mangione last December. He's the man accused of shooting the United Healthcare CEO in Midtown Manhattan. The video shows the moments police go up to Mangione in a McDonald's 5 days after that shooting. Mangione pleading not guilty to both state and federal charges.
The Federal Reserve lowering interest rates for a third consecutive time. The central bank dropped its benchmark lending rate by 1/4 point to a range between 3.5 and 3.75%. The Fed chair giving a prediction on the ongoing effect of the Trump administration's tariff policy on inflation.
A reasonable base case is that the effects of tariffs on inflation will be relatively short-lived, effectively a one-time shift in the price level. Our obligation is to make sure that a one-time increase in the price level does not become an ongoing inflation problem.
Inflation has gone up this year, further away from the Fed's 2% annual target. The central bank preferred gauge shows a reading of 2.8%. New tonight in Baldwin County, Christmas more, well, coming alive, I guess you could say even more.
Yes, this all happened in Gulf Shores. Let's go to our Liam Rivera.
It's a perfect night for Christmas. Couldn't ask for a better night. Weather's amazing, lights are perfect. Love the tree.
Tonight, Gulf Shores celebrating the season with their community Christmas event. Families from around this tight-knit community enjoying the holiday cheer. The mayor of Gulf Shores happy to see this event come to life.
A wonderful evening and an opportunity for our community to enjoy something together. We do a whole lot of stuff around here, a lot for tourists. This is one of these special events that is us. This is our family.
And there was no shortage of activities for the kids to enjoy.
We have a lot of opportunities for the kids to explore. We got some face painting, some ornament making. We got some chili cook-off between our police department and our fire department.
There's a camel that we could ride. We didn't ride it, but we're about to go check it out. Put our kids on there, go for a ride. That'll be fun.
And this Christmas party would not be the same without the big man himself making an appearance. Taking pictures with families, I caught up with one to ask what they want for Christmas. Is there anything specifically you guys want to ask Santa for?
A 40-mile-per-hour dirt bike also. Already got that stuff.
Last but not least, the event ended with a snowball drop with the Grinch leading the way. A big turnout for this small town, and a Merry Christmas by the beach.
It's a great opportunity for us to be together and celebrate this joyous season. It's wonderful to see these number of kids out here. They love it. We love it. Makes you feel young again.
In Gulf Shores, Liam Rivera, Fox 10 News.
All right, here's what we're tracking in with our headlines here. The forecast is ever changing this week. It'll start out kind of cold, but we will see some sunshine each afternoon. And we have even a few warm days mixed in before it gets a little bit cold again at the end of the weekend. So right now, we're starting to see the change, but it's not totally here yet. Temperatures are in the mid-50s, but the wind just went from 0 to 6 to now 12 miles an hour, and it's out of the north-northwest. So that front is coming through now, and the temperatures are going to start dropping as we go through the overnight hours. So we're going to go from the middle 50s right now down into the 30s in many spots tonight. It'll be a pretty fast drop. It'll be occurring from about midnight to daybreak tomorrow morning. So you'll need the winter coats tomorrow morning. It's not going to be a freezing start, but it will be cooler, and we'll have a little bit of a wind chill too. You can check in with Matt for an update on those morning temperatures, but I expect it to be kind of a brisk start to the day tomorrow. We are making through this front. It's pushed through the area without any rain. This is the first of 2 dry air fronts that's going to move through the area. We've got another one that will be passing through over the weekend, and you'll notice some changes in temperature, but you're not going to see any rain. So it's nice to have a break, and it means we've got some sunny days ahead, and tomorrow's going to be one of those days. You can see how it's clearing out pretty nicely here on our Futurecast. We're not seeing any significant cloud cover tomorrow. Then we get into Friday, maybe a couple of clouds, but again, mainly a sunny sky situation, and it will be warmer on Friday. It's just a quick shot of colder air that's coming in. It'll be gone by Friday, and it's Friday and Saturday both. We're talking about temperatures up around 70 degrees. So here's how it breaks down in the forecast. Tomorrow, after starting out in the 30s, we'll warm up to 58. It's not going to be as warm as it was today, but it still should be a pretty day. Friday, 70. Saturday, partly cloudy and 73. The next front comes through Saturday night. It's not going to bring much rain. Sunday, a high of only 59, and then the bottom falls out. We've got some colder temperatures working into the picture on Sunday night. We go down to 29 degrees. Monday's high only in the middle 50s and some 30s on Monday night, and Tuesday will be at 57 degrees. Wednesday is our first shot at rain in a while. That'll be midweek. And long range, there's no real cold air in sight over the next 10 days. Beyond that Wednesday front, it looks like more mild weather next week and maybe some showers both Wednesday and Thursday. So pretty good looking extended forecast, just some ups and downs with our temperatures.
And a special delivery today from Bayside Academy to Fox 10 News. We teamed up with the school again this year as part of our 10 Caring Gifts Toy Drive. During the school's tree lighting event, we were invited to come out as they helped us collect toys for those in need. The school says it's important for them to be involved in this event, and the students like giving back as well. Today you can see some of those students from Bayside dropping by our studios and delivering the toys that were collected. A special thanks to the school for their involvement.
All right, check this out, and it's really hard to believe what you're seeing. This plane lost power and the pilot had no choice but to land on top of a car on the busy I-95 in South Florida. Now, incredibly, the two people on board were not hurt. The driver of the car had minor injuries and was taken to a hospital. The plane was later towed away, and the FAA is looking into what happened here.
A video that'll make you wonder if Santa is missing one of his reindeer. Police in Tennessee say a deer jumped through the front window of a Christmas store and then just started exploring the aisles. Officers were called out. A frantic situation. Eventually, they got the deer out. The owners of that store now have quite the mess to clean up, but they've got also a good story.
I'd say so.
Well, taking a live look outside, we're going to head to a short break. We had mild temperatures out there earlier today. Tonight, you might want to crank up the heat. Our Chief Meteorologist, Jason Smith, will have another check on that forecast before you head out the door in the morning.
Whataburger, way to slay.
A wintry treat for every small feat. What a burger.
That winter jacket or coat ready to go tomorrow morning. Our temperatures 40 or colder with a little bit of a breeze. So we could see some 30s in many parts of Mobile County, Baldwin County, and across the Florida Panhandle. Look for the chill to be back of the year tomorrow morning after a pretty mild day today. Tomorrow will be a little cooler, high of 58 and some sunshine. We do warm up on Friday, hitting nearly 70. We'll be in the low 70s Saturday, and then temperatures drop back down early next week. Very little rain over the next 6 days. We'll see some showers next week.
Okay, so bundle up and stay warm.
Absolutely. Have a good night.